One of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves as entrepreneurs is that we need money to do business. Now, the truth is, money helps us to activate certain things in business a lot quicker. For example, if I need a new website and it's going to cost me $5,000 to have that new website built and I don't have $5,000, obviously that is a challenge. But I want to tell you something. You don't need a lot of money to start a business. I tell my story all the time that I started a business with 0 customers, 0 product, and about $100 in my pocket. And I built that over time. In fact, what I did was every time we made money, we poured it back into the business. We were working this as a side business, and we weren't all in at the moment. And so we had the luxury of spending time pouring money back into the business and growing it. Now, I recently spoke to somebody, and I told them that the best way to grow their business is to be intentional about the growth of their business. If people don't know you exist, then you don't exist. And so, with the tools that we have now, when I started my business in 2000, 18 years ago, we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have Periscope, barely had YouTube, and it wasn't in the format it is today. We didn't have all of these incredible tools like this recording tool that I'm using right now to record this. We didn't even have microphones like I have here that are USB driven. This is a wireless mic that's tied into my laptop computer that I'm speaking to right now. We didn't have all this 18 years ago, and I was able to build a successful business in 3 years that was featured in Fortune magazine. It was in Vegan Times, Redbook. My product was on QVC. We were selling it in stores around the world. We even had a private label, a line that we were doing, a white label if you want to call it that. And I started with $100 in my pocket. Even if you're an established business right now, you can turn things around. It's going to take time. That's the problem. People seem to want to do the least amount of work and get the greatest return on investment. Return on investment means you invest something in it. That means it's hard work. In fact, let me read this to you. Working hard for something you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something you love is called passion. Simon Sinek said that. Success is keeping going, even during failure. In fact, if you've failed more than once, that means you're on the right track. You don't need a lot of money to get started. Do you have an Instagram account? If you do, start doing posts there. Start creating brand awareness. Start creating churn, if you will. You've got to find ways for people to know you exist. It's not enough for you to have a website out there and kind of appear on Google searches. You have to have content. If you want to be relevant in the 21st century, at the time of this video, this is 2018. If you want to be relevant in the 21st century and into the 21st century, you have to have content. You have to have value. Why should someone listen to you? Listen, I told this to this person the other day. I know people that have terrible videos, terrible video presence. They don't know anything. They started. They don't have the education. They don't have the fancy videos and slick marketing materials, and their website is less than appealing, and they're making millions of dollars. Why? Because they are providing something of value to the receiver. So if you're going to continue to tell yourself that you need more money to run your business or to start your business, then you're going to be stuck. What I would tell an individual that's sitting with me as a coaching client, I would say to them, stop finding excuses for not starting your business and find ways to start your business. I know people that started their business with less money than I did. You look at Apple Computer that's worth over $1 trillion today. In 2018, it's well surpassed the $1 trillion mark in market value. They started in in a garage in the 1970s. And in fact, I heard a interview today with Steve Wozniak, and he was talking about the Apple One. And you know what they sold? This Apple One was a computer board, and it was probably about this big, I'm guessing. I haven't actually seen one in person, but I've seen pictures of it. It was a computer board with chips and microprocessors and all this other stuff on it. And they sold it for $666.66. So under $700, they sold this computer, and you had to know what you were doing to use this computer in the 70s. It didn't come with a keyboard. It didn't come with a computer screen. And it was probably built with junk parts that were laying around the garage. But they grew this one board into a $1 trillion business. Don't tell me you can't do it. Stop looking for reasons and ways not to do it and start thinking about how you can do it. It may mean that you have to stop what you're doing, step back, look around and say, okay, is this working? Yes or no? No? Okay. Do we stop doing it or do we fix it? Is this working? Yes or no? Yes? Leave it alone. Or can it be tweaked? Can it be done better? Go through each thing you're doing. The things that aren't working, the things that consistently have not worked over and over again, you either need to stop doing them or fix them so that they work. And the things you are doing, you better imagine that you can do them better. Find ways to tweak them. The excuse that you don't have any money is ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, I am guilty of this. For so long, I kept saying that I kept blaming other things. The economy, the government, taxation, lack of taxation, red tape, no red tape, whatever the case may be. Personal situations were blowing up my life, blaming them. All of those things are distractions. They do not build your business. In fact, look at someone like Elon Musk. We had a recession these past 9 years, and we're coming out of the recession. I think we are. But he built Tesla and other things during a recession. Now, I get it. He had a lot of money. But the fact of the matter is he's selling a car that's expensive to a market that we don't even know what the size of it is yet. We can guess it. But he grew a business that he believed in against odds because we're in a recession. I'm going to tell you something. The time to build your business is during a recession. The time to invest in yourself is in a time when there's difficulty. A time to build your business is in a time of difficulty. Success is keeping going after you have failed with more enthusiasm than when you started. Use failures as a slingshot. Use downtime. Use less than desirable conditions as a slingshot forward toward your success. Listen, I'm Dr. Foster. I am the success coach with MaximumChange.com. I help entrepreneurs just like you build their empire, and I'd love to help you. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to sit down with you for a strategy session, see if coaching's right for you. We also have a training seminar for those who have just started or getting ready to start, or even those who are in the early stages of business, and it's how to build a six-figure business. And so if you're interested in any of that, reach out to us at MaximumChange.com. If you want to register for that seminar, the webinar that we have, it's a 6-week webinar. You can find it at MaximumChange.com/registration. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, like us here. We would love to hear from you. Hope you have a great day. And don't give up. Stop making excuses. The only excuse you have is the excuse to never give up. I'm Dr. Foster. See you soon.